the research center, which is Singapore Center for Research and Innovation, Productivity and Technology. It's a mouthful. So just to give you a sense of where we're coming from with this problem statement that we proposed for you all, and just to give you a sense of the university as well. So can I get a show of hands? So how many of you all have either graduated from Murdoch or are studying with Murdoch at the moment? Studying. And your diploma, the capital programs? Okay, good. So we basically, with our partnership with Kaplan, we went out to, I think, over 10,000 students, your friends studying with Kaplan over here. And we had a lot of interest. You guys have made it this far. And we'll go into the next stage of working on the prototypes and submitting and presenting back to the judges. And the chosen few will win 3 prizes. The first team will also get a trip to Sydney to meet folks at the Commonwealth Bank and working at the design lab. So that should be interesting. So the next 6 to 8 weeks is going to be busy for you all. But just to backtrack and give you a sense of where we're coming from. So Murdoch University has been operating in Singapore for over 10-12 years, and we have about 6,000 students in Singapore. So we're about a third of the university's total enrollments, and so we are very proud to be in Singapore, and we're probably one of the largest foreign universities operating in Singapore at the moment. So in 2013 spring, the government agency that looks after SMEs wanted to understand better what was happening in the SME sector, looking at productivity and innovation. As most of you know, innovation has become a buzzword in Singapore, not unlike many other economies, but the government and the industry alike are thinking as to what needs to be done next. So through the Singapore Manufacturing Federation, they brought us on board and said, can you work with a sample group of SMEs and figure out what's actually happening? So we interviewed about 215 SME leaders in the manufacturing sector in 2014, 2015. And so what we identified in this process was there are a few things that are going well for SMEs, and there are a few things that are not going too well. One of them being technology adoption was not going all that well, despite the government investing and making lots of, creating a lot of programs for SMEs to take on technology. Performance management, innovation culture, again, we were seeing uptrend, but not significant in that respect. And so we provided our report, back to the Singapore Manufacturing Federation and spring. And since then, we've been on this mission of, okay, what can we do as an institution, and what can we do with our stakeholder group, which is mainly the student community and our industry partners, to get some new solutions, some new ideas. As most of you know, working with SMEs can be challenging. There's some of them very small, family businesses, they're focused on the day-to-day. And so for them, the luxury of thinking, what happens 2 years, 3 years, 5 years in the future can be a real challenge and a task for them. So, and as part of wanting to find new solutions, we said, okay, let's get our young minds involved in finding some solutions for these problems. But we said we don't want to be too prescriptive. We don't want to specify what sector we're going to focus on. We don't want to specify what sort of a solution you should come up with, which is why we created this problem statement, which is quite broad. So we said, what management approaches or what external collaboration approaches can SMEs adopt to continue furthering their growth agenda. So some of you all have provided submissions, some of you all have come afresh, and what we're going to do over the 2 days is work through a process. Okay, it's called the design thinking process, and this is what many companies across the world, even government agencies, Singapore, I think in 2010 implemented a design thinking approach in its Ministry of Manpower. We have obviously Commonwealth Bank represented over here, and they will take you through this process. Now, we're quite fortunate to have a group of partners that we're working with on this initiative. We've got some mentors, and you will see a few more. So we've got Professor Patrick Lowe, the scientist, the bio-entrepreneur, the industry person, the academic, and lots more accolades to his name. He's going to be with us for the next 2 days, working with you all to test some of your ideas. We've got Raj Singh, also CEO of a very successful safety training organization, predominantly working in the oil and gas and the construction sector. So he'll be here as well, giving you some tidbits and challenging you in terms of what your idea is, why is it useful, is it realistic, is it going to be feasible. So we're going to work with a larger group of mentors who will be coming in through today and tomorrow. And last but not the least, we have Richard Wiles, who's flown up from Australia He represents the Commonwealth Bank. I don't know if you all know, but Commonwealth Bank of Australia is the largest bank in Australia, and by market cap size is probably number 8 in the world. So it's almost twice the size of our local DBS bank. And Richard will take you through the process, obviously, for the next 2 days. But he'll also give you a lot of insight into what's happening in the banking sector and the design lab that they have in Sydney and what customers are doing in the design lab, and so on and so forth. So hopefully the next 2 days is going to be productive for you all. If anything, you all will go through a process of understanding design thinking, and many companies have adopted this approach. It's quite different from what companies used to do in the past, whereby you just get a focus group and enforce supply. This is more about getting the customer into the process. So for you all, it's thinking about it from an SME perspective. How might the SME implement a particular solution? Why is the solution novel? Is it going to be feasible? What's the business plan? What's the marketing plan? How do you monetize your product? And all of this is going to come to bear in the next 2 days. And then over the next 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks, you all will work on your prototype, continue to tweak it, improve it, and in the 3rd week of January, a date which we will set hopefully by tomorrow, you all will come back and present to a group of panelists and judges, and then we will announce the winners, and hopefully we'll also have an opportunity for some of you all to take these ideas further through the incubation process with our partner incubator here in Singapore. So it's not, don't consider this as a point-in-time exercise. This is a journey that you're on, and we're hoping that some of the solutions that come out of here will be truly innovative, will find its place in industry, and we'll get we already have industry people in the room, and we'll hopefully take you through this journey and hopefully get you more acquainted with what's happening in the real world. So with that, I will turn over to Richard. Richard's the Director of Institutional Investment from particular sectors. He works in Perth, and he looks after the government sector, the healthcare and the education sector. Lots of experience across the UK and Australia and South Africa. So he'll tell you more about his background, his expertise, and what the Commonwealth Bank is doing, and have fun. All right? Any questions? No? We will have food and drink, so hopefully the energy levels pick up. I think there's breakfast already in the next room, but all right, what do you?
Well, last part was the most important part. Have fun, everyone, please. As Chris said, I'm Richard. I'm over from Perth. I work for the Commonwealth Bank. These little guys are going to become your best friends over the next few days. Likewise, so will some of the people in this room. So the idea is to kind of take you through a design thinking process, which hopefully is not something that you're familiar with. Probably stretch you, hopefully stretch you, and give you a different way of looking at problems. The idea is not to kind of have a solution in mind and work a way to effecting that. What we actually want to do is take you all the way to the beginning and find the problem first. The process that we're going to look at doing is very much centered around the end user, who is the customer. And then how do you get to the part of which you're actually core, you keep focusing on that. Over the next 2 days, we'll take you through various processes. You can see I've put little boards up for you all, so you're not going to be sat there listening to me. Don't worry, you will be doing the do. I will be sitting down watching. And it's all about getting you involved, embracing this. Some of it's quite challenging because, for example, if I said I needed a drink of water, someone will automatically go, okay, I'll go and get him a glass because he needs a glass of water. That's a solution. Might not help me in 5 minutes when I finish that one. So it's going away from solution mode in your mind immediately to actually trying to understand what is the actual problem. So it's going to be some interesting times. We do have one person on their own at the moment. So a lot of what you do here is about collaboration with other people. Because if you don't do that, you're going to really struggle. And if you come in here, you've got your own idea and you just want to get to the end so you can pitch it, bear in mind, you really need to collaborate. Embrace this opportunity. So what we've done as a bank is challenged all our staff to kind of take this on board with every day. So we now have the opportunity to look at our processes in the bank, and instead of coming up with problems or solutions, we go through the actual process and identify these things and work on them properly. And it's given us, as staff the ability to collaborate, reach out, work with more people that we maybe didn't even know, and gain some really good mentors, good peers, good friends along the way. But hopefully this will give you the same for yourselves. The format of the next 2 days, I'm sorry if anyone is thinking that I'm going to let you go at 3 o'clock and you can carry on. That's not likely to happen. We're going to have a bit of a break this morning. You'll have some work to do during that, don't worry. Then lunch around about midday. Don't worry, you don't get an hour off. You have to work through that. We'll have an afternoon break. About an hour is probably too generous, so we'll have you working through that. And if you're lucky, we'll get you out for 5:30. Does that fit with people's plans? You're all smiling and going, oh jeez, I thought this was an hour. Don't worry, the people in Perth stay till about 8 or 9 o'clock, so you've got a long day ahead of you. You're looking past it. Tomorrow what we'll do is we'll come in with another review of what we did today, where you got to. What I will also do, which is slightly different, is I'll also take you through a process of some considerations for pitching and what you should bear in mind when you actually go through your pitch in a couple of months' time in January. Give you a few hints and tips and some things not to do, because people often do those. And then the fun part is going to be prototyping. Because of the nature of this competition, you won't be prototyping your project. You'll be going through the process of prototyping, then into testing so you can see and iterate. So when you leave here, you'll go work, see some screw-ups on your little projects that you want to deal with, you're not giving away your IP. So don't be concerned that everyone else is going to get hold of what you're working on. We can use that. So, design thinking. Does that work with everyone? I said about having fun. Let's have some energy. No one's got the best friends yet. Am I the only one holding my best friend? Because you're going to make really good friends. There we go. Now we're starting. So design thinking. Typically, we have a business problem. We might have multiple problems. And you look at these problems and you say, okay, that goes there, that goes there. Well, if we do this, that'll solve all of them. Done. Let's do it. Work on what's the next project. What we do through design thinking, can people see this? Okay. If I don't walk away. Is that okay? What we do is we start with trying to actually understand what the problem is. It might not even be articulated yet. But when we actually start thinking about something, we start thinking that actually this may or may not be a problem. And we come up with a whole list of things. And when we start putting ourselves and walking in the feet, in the shoes of the person that may be suffering that problem, we start kind of coming up with different ideas. And they might not all solve the problem, but they might solve elements. And you come up with iterations to come up with something that solves a specific problem in a very concise way. But it all starts with having that broad mind to look much wider than what we ordinarily would. Bring it back, have a bit of concentration on what we're working on. Go crazy, think of every potential solution, and then find the one that works. So that's what we do. We start with desirability. Not feasibility, not viability. We don't care if it will or won't work at this stage. What is the solution that people could want? And the best part of having you guys doing this is you might not be as jaded as some of those older ones who have got all these reasons why it's not going to work, because we've had this experience and we know better. You will come at it with a very fresh perspective. The idea is to just think of what are the ways that we can deliver this. Then we can clearly figure out whether that actually does become feasible and does become viable. But we don't start start with solutions. Can you see? Solutions are smack bang in the middle. It's the culmination of everything else. So if we've come in this room and we've already got a solution in our mind and we just want to work to the end of tomorrow because our solution is the best one, hopefully I'll give you something else to think about. That might plan anyway. So what we'll do over the next couple of days is we'll go through a very short process of defining the problem now. We'll go through an empathy course, which is putting yourselves literally in the shoes of everyone that could be impacted by this. We'll then frame what you're going to challenge yourself to work on. We'll come out with some ideas. Prototype bit testing. So, does that seem what you're all expecting? You've got one yes. One person came in knowing what we were doing. Is that good? Right. Depending on how you go, you might end up back at the start. You might get all the way to testing. You might have to go back to prototyping. You should have to go back to prototyping. But it's all about an iterative process. We'll go through it. It's not a means to an end. It's a process. So, a very wise man once said, if I had an hour to work on a problem, I would spend 55 minutes of that thinking about the problem. So, raise your hands. If you have a problem, how many of you spend nearly all of your time thinking about the problem rather than solutions? So you're all problem people, not solution people.
That takes the next phase with the solution.
End to end, you spend as much time on the problem, or all of your time on the problem and a small amount on the solution.
Solutions can be solved once you define the problem.
And that first part is critical. Now, I'm clearly not the wisest this time, which is why I put him up. He can help us all have that change in thought. So why do we look to define the project that we're actually going to work on? We need to have something that puts the base that we keep coming back to. Why are we doing this? Who is this actually going to impact? Who are we trying to solve for? Who will benefit from us? And that could be broad, but yeah, focused. How can we deliver through this? So we need to come up with a statement. Now, Chris has already, through this process, provided you with a frame. I've broken that down slightly into two. And then what you're going to do is you will work on that in your teams. And we'll come over and speak to you in just a moment. Number one, how do you statements? Something very positive, very succinct. So, how might we do something? So, we know we're working on the SMEs, we know what we're trying to deliver on it. I've broken the statement down into two so you can choose which one you're going to work on. If you choose to work on the culmination of the two, then we can deal with that. But I don't want you to just purely work specifically on the point, the question that's been put to you. I want you to bring that into a focus that's actually going to be your own team's project. Why do we do this? I'll give you an example, two examples. Amex, big global business, wanted to make more money. What business does. And what they found was that customers were chopping and changing, moving from one place to the other. So some smart cookie decided, I need to increase loyalty. That's my problem. I can't retain people, I need to increase loyalty. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Not going to be the same. So they went through the process and actually looked at what are we trying to achieve? How are we going to do this? And spun it around. How can we give something back to our customers? Why did they do that? he does. Put you on the spot. Well, when you actually ask the customers why they're leaving, they'll tell you. If you don't ask your customers why they're leaving, you can't solve that problem. The problem isn't the loyalty, the problem is why it is that they're actually leaving. What are they seeking? So to get you to a solution, you don't think of it from your perspective, you think about it from their perspective. That seems to have resonated with a few of you there. See some key moments. Health fund, Bupa. How can we get people to insure in case the worst happens to them? What a negative way to look at that. Scare people into thinking that they're going to have a problem and we've got to get them to spend their money to insure themselves. Does that work for you? Might do. Works for a lot of people. But it's a very negative approach, very defensive approach, and you get back into the situation, well, what if someone else can do that for me better and cheaper? What is the real objective? How can we help people find they're happy and they're healthy? People need to be healthy, and that's what they want. So spinning around the same objective but having a very clear focus on what they were trying to achieve is how they got there. So we're going to give you 5 minutes to come up with the question that you're specifically going to work on. I believe we've got some food and drink or something close by. Whilst you're doing that, we're going to focus in a little bit more on who